Hi, for libertyandeconomics.com and a Liberty and Economics Review. I'm Nick Sorrentino. Um, so I'm reading Bloomberg today, and it says Ford had 20 acceleration deaths as regulators cited human error. So apparently, it looks like Toyota's not the only one that may have a accelerator problem. And the thing is, I really even wonder if Toyota does. Because it seems to me, I mean, there are millions and millions and millions of Toyotas rolling around uh, the United States of America, and the media is just poised to pick up any example of a Toyota out of control, as we saw last week when there was an out of control Prius in Southern California. Uh, but the thing is, what it looks like is that out of control Prius, maybe the guy is not so credible, and maybe they're apparently trying to recreate the situation this guy said happened, and they can't do it. Now, it seems to me that in with millions and millions and millions of Toyotas, there should be carnage all over the place. Um, I mean, even if let's say 1% of 1%, so 1 out of 1,000 Toyotas was prone to this thing. Um, there are so many Toyotas out there that this should be a regular occurrence. It should be obvious. But this hasn't been the case. What is the case, however, is that the United States government now owns two of the big three auto manufacturers in this country. Um, they own GM and they own Chrysler. And, taking down the biggest um, car company in the world that just happens to be a non US company might be to their advantage. In fact, what we saw was as Toyota's sales just tanked over the past month and a half, Ford sales went up quite a bit. Now, granted, Ford is the one that's not owned by the government, but you kind of got to wonder what's going on here. It just happens to be that a lot of these the American car manufacturer jobs and voters happen to be in the important states of Michigan, Ohio. Um, Indiana looks like it's solidly gonna go Republican no matter what. But the point is, I wonder if there isn't something here. Now, uh, one of my favorite economic pundits makes the case that Japan is our largest purchaser of debt currently, and this person thinks that we're basically hanging the sword of Damocles over the Japanese, saying, keep buying our debt, or else we're going to shut down your auto industry. Now, I don't know if I buy that necessarily, because if you shut down the auto industry, then they potentially won't be able to buy our debt. Um, but it seems pretty interesting to me. Toyota is a company that, I mean, has it makes wonderful cars. Um, they're reliable. They raised the level of performance in this country. Say what you want. If you're a Ford, GM, or God forbid a Chrysler guy, I mean, the truth of the matter is those cars wouldn't be as good as they are today if it wasn't for Toyota and Honda coming in and saying, you know what, we can make a better car. And frankly, they do. So it pains me to see. I mean, every company should be subject to scrutiny if there's something wrong, and that's not to say that I know that that there isn't something wrong with the Toyotas, but it does seem odd. So anyway, something to think about. Till next time.